My name is Maria Cronfalk, and I work as an administrative manager at Stockholm University's IT department. I would shortly tell you a little about Stockholm University. The model of Stockholm University was founded in 1878. It became a state university in 1960, and today it is the largest research university in Sweden in the areas of the human sciences and natural sciences. It is also the largest educational university and have the largest teachers training in Sweden. Stockholm University have about 5,500 employees and around 35,000 students. A few years ago, in August 2015, Stockholm University started to use Come Around as our knowledge base. Primarily, it was used to spread the IT knowledge from the IT department, and the information is intended both to employees and students. We have actually two Come Around sites, one in Swedish and one in English. And we don't have exactly every article in both languages, but when we see a demand for an article, we will translate it into English. Before we implemented Come Around, we already had a simpler site that was more like a kind of a wiki, where the IT department posted various manuals and other information regarding IT. Anyone on the IT department could post information on that site, but that was meant that some of the articles/manuals were very short, while others were as longer novels, so to say. They all have different fonts, they had different or no print pictures, which meant that everything was very messy and very unstructured. When we were changing to Come Around, the first thing that we did was to take an inventory of all the information that was in the wiki that we had. After that, we asked the persons, that was either the administrative managers or the technicians of each topic, to go through the articles that they were responsible for, and after that they would report back to us which articles that could be removed, what's needed to be updated, and what articles that was okay. What we wanted was that everything should have the same look, so that every article that we would move over to Come Around, we had to remake. We developed a look that we wanted all of the articles would have, and we decided everything from the font to the size of headings and body text. And we also decided which tools we would use when we had print pictures and what tools we would use to highlight something. For example, a field with a red ring. And this is an example of what an article could look like. After this, a huge work started to do about all the information that would be moved into Come Around. We decided, perhaps not entirely in accordance with KCS, and that's knowledge-centered service, to do as much as possible in the meaning of that we wanted almost every article to be moved into Come Around before we launched it. Because we understood that if we reserved to the Come Around site, or what we call the service portal, or serviceportalen in Swedish, and you don't find any information there, you will not go back to that place at a later time. At present, we have now about 1,100 articles in total, 770 about in Swedish and about 330 in English, mostly IT related. And we have, from our launch in August 2015, over 1 million views. We have about 59,000 searches, and we have a solution rate about 80%. So that's quite good. As you can see, we don't have a lot of searches, and we think that's because we refer a lot of directly to articles. And on our start side, on our Come Around site, we referred a lot to the most used articles. The target for us has been that there should be only one place when you can find information, in addition to the type of information that you find on the regular website, su.se, and we don't really want the same information to be in two places. From our service portal, you can also ask questions, and you can make error reports, and you can add orders to the IT department and some of the other departments at the university. What then happens is that when you go into the links, you will come to a form which in fact belongs to our case management system, Marvel. And when you go into such a link, you have to log in just because you're in another system instead of in our totally open knowledge database. What we also have done is that we have integrated Come Around with our case management system. So when someone uses the form to ask a question to the IT department, the person starts to write, and when the person writes, he or she will get suggestions on articles that are in the knowledge database. And hopefully they can already find the right article instead of submitting the question. This is an example you can see here. It's a little bit in Swinglish, but anyway. We have also done an integration the other way around, so to say. That means that when our service desk gets a case in the agent utility, they can, by using the description field of the case, get suggestions of articles in Come Around and then easily resolve the case by referring to the article. From the service portal, as I mentioned earlier, you can also get in touch with more departments other than IT. At present, it's the finance department and the real estate department. To them, you can also ask questions, make error reports, and adding different types of orders. They have not yet built up any articles in the knowledge base, but that's the next thing to do. At Stockholm University, it is the IT service desk who is responsible for Come Around and all the articles. The service desk has developed a routine about how they work with the articles, which is mainly based on the KCS. This example is about when you get into cases and you will refer to an article, and then the routine looks like this. You search for the question in the service portal, or the agents in service desk do that. Does the article exist? Yes. Is the article up to date? Yes. Then refer to the article and close the case. If the article exists, but it's not up to date, update the article and refer it and close the case. If there's no article, create a new article, refer to the article and close the case. We also get input from other sources when it comes to articles. When something new happens, like system upgrades, or when the new services are launched, or something else. The service desk, they have a close interaction to work out new articles together with the responsible project managers or the administrative manager or the technicians. One of the most important things that we are doing is by different way promoting the service portal. So it would be, so to say, natural that students and staff who needs to come in contact with the IT department or any of the other departments, that they should know where to go, and they should go to the service portal. For example, at the Stockholm University website, su.se, we refer to how to contact the service desk. And when you click on that link to see the information about phone numbers, opening hours, etc., you will be linked to the service portal to get that information. We also promote the service portal in other ways. For example, at Stockholm University, we have one time per semester a welcome day for the new students. On that day, the students will get a lot of information in a session in the big aula. And in connection with this event, there is a convention when we from the IT departments are showing the service portal and answer questions that we mostly try to refer to the service portal. And we also hand out small, so to say, business card with the URL address. So what also has been important to us is that we have one person designated as responsible for the entire come around site, aka the service portal. He's the one who constructs many of the articles, although we are going more and more to have the other personnel in the service desk to create articles themselves. There's also a few more persons who are responsible for creating articles in their specific topics. But it's one person who has the main responsibility to ensure that they comply with the appearance rules that we have set. For us, it's been very important to have the articles to look the same way, so it don't get messy with a lot of different looks. And also what has been important is that we learned about KCS, so we can structure everything around a knowledge base around that. And that's about all I had to say. Thanks for listening. And if you have any questions, I will try to answer them or get back to you in an email. Thank you.